Welcome back to Chrono Wheels, you beautiful, speed-addicted maniacs. Look, let's just be honest with each other. We're not here for a dry lecture on torque figures. We're here for the bikes that make the engineers at the DOT reach for a stiff drink. Today, we're not just looking at a motorcycle. We're staring into the green, predatory eyes of a two-wheeled felony. Before we open the gate on this monster, do me a favor. If you've ever pinned the throttle and heard your own manic laughter through your helmet, then you owe it to yourself to subscribe and arm that notification bell. Because what Kawasaki has allegedly cooked up for 2026? It's the kind of concept that makes the competition quietly update their resumes. I'm talking about the machine that has sent a genuine tremor through the entire motorcycle world, the rumored, the terrifying, the glorious 2026 Kawasaki Z-H2X. Forget the bikes that are just fast. Forget the ones with a predictable power curve. Kawasaki looked at their already unhinged Z-H2, a bike I personally think is only 70% sane, and decided to go full, unadulterated H2R on the naked platform. They didn't upgrade it. They performed a full, adrenaline-soaked carbon fiber exorcism. The result is a hyper-naked nightmare that is, and I'm using this word precisely, irresponsible. Picture this: 170 kilograms wet. That's 375 pounds. That's less than a modern 600cc sport bike for a moment, and we'll talk about what that means in a minute. Now, pair that with a reported 205 to 210 horsepower. It's not a motorcycle. It's a terrifyingly beautiful green and carbon fiber missile designed for pure, unadulterated street aggression. This is the bike that walks into the gym and asks the Ducati Street Fighter V4 SP2, "Are you even lifting, bro?" Let's dive deep into the specific details that make the 2026 Z-H2X not just a new model, but a full-blown declaration of war on physics. The Z-H2X isn't an evolution, it's a mutation. The soul of this beast is still the 998cc liquid-cooled inline-four, but the star of the show, that beautiful, screaming, mechanical marvel, is the supercharger. Kawasaki's engineers, who I can only assume work in a dimly lit bunker drinking high-octane fuel, didn't just bolt on the old unit. They've refined the flow dynamics, reduced internal friction to a minimum, and tuned it to deliver maximum compressed air volume. This isn't about just more power. It's about instant, accessible, and savagely effective power. We're looking at a reliable, consistent, and brutal 205 to 210 horsepower in its standard street trim. But the torque, the thing that actually rips your arms out? We're talking 140 Newton meters, 103 pound-feet, delivered from an RPM so low it feels like cheating. I need you to understand, this is not a linear power band. This is not some gentle swell of momentum. It is a tidal wave. It is a tsunami of torque that starts right off idle and just escalates violently all the way to redline. The supercharger doesn't wait for the party. It is the party. It spools up instantaneously, delivering a surge of acceleration that will genuinely distort your perception of speed and probably blur your vision a little. This engine is a terrifying masterpiece of controlled aggression, but trust me, you'll never ever forget the raw, caged force that's waiting to be unleashed underneath you. Alright, this is where the illegal part of the conversation gets serious. A high horsepower engine is great, but a high horsepower engine in a sub 400 pound package is a recipe for outright mayhem. The Z-H2X's weight reduction program wasn't just a simple diet, it was an absolute obsession bordering on mental instability. They've ditched the original trellis frame concept for an all-new, full carbon fiber monocoque frame. I mean, a carbon chassis on a production naked bike? That is straight out of aerospace engineering, offering rigidity that's frankly overkill for the road, but just right for track day domination. The subframe? Also high-grade carbon fiber. The unbelievable weight target, the result of this obsessive material science? A claimed wet weight of 170 kilograms, 375 pounds. Again, let's put that into perspective. This supercharged, leader-class, hyper-naked monster weighs about the same as a top-spec, track-prepped Kawasaki ZX6R. The power-to-weight ratio here is simply unprecedented for a street-legal production machine. It defies every logical metric we use for superbikes. Everything has been scrutinized: titanium fasteners holding the whole thing together, lightweight forged aluminum Marcassini wheels, and minimalist predatory carbon fiber bodywork that only exists to channel the air and hold the beast in place. The Z-H2X's design is not just aggressive, it's functional, menacing, and looks like it wants to eat your face. It takes Kawasaki's Sugoi philosophy, that concept of a crouching, ready-to-strike predator, and turns the dial up to extremely hostile. The front fascia is sharper than a surgeon's scalpel, with stacked dual LED headlights that are pure unforgiving venom. But the real genius? Those integrated biplane carbon fiber winglets. They aren't there for show, my friends. At high speed, they generate genuine downforce, actively working to keep that light front wheel planted and stop the colossal power from turning you into a passenger. The exposed carbon fiber frame, the visibly mounted supercharger unit, and a tail section that's been trimmed to absolute minimum, it all screams naked brutality. The riding position is upright for leverage, but aggressive, forcing you into a forward, attacking posture. It says you are in control of the beast, but you must respect it. It's a bike that is meant to be ridden, not admired. Well, not only admired. To manage 200+ horsepower and 170 kilos, you can't use anything but the best. You need hardware that can anchor a freight train and then immediately adjust for a sudden mid-corner pebble. The suspension is a full Öhlins Smart EC 2.0 electronic system, front and rear. This isn't a preset. This system is a genius in a box, constantly adjusting damping and preload in real time, adapting to road conditions, speed, and your every input. It's an insane blend of track-ready precision and street compliance. Stopping power is handled by the absolute pinnacle of street braking. Brembo Stylema R monoblock calipers gripping huge 330mm semi-floating discs up front. These are the same calipers you'll find on the highest spec superbikes, and they're here to defy physics just as much as the engine does. They offer incredible feel and stopping power that will crush your internal organs, in a good way. And all that stopping force is transmitted through ultra-sticky Pirelli Diablo Supercorsa SPV4 tires, purpose-built for a hyper-naked that shouldn't exist. Controlling a machine this light and this powerful is a serious business. The Z-H2X's electronic suite is Kawasaki's most advanced, a digital leash designed not for domestication, but for controlled chaos. Cornering ABS KCMF, lean angle sensitive braking for when you think your talent is slightly higher than it actually is. Traction control KTRC, 10 levels of intrusion, including a race mode that basically says, okay, we'll let you spin it a little, but don't be stupid. Wheelie control multi-level, but crucially, even at its highest, it still allows for a glorious, thrilling yet controlled front wheel lift. Because it knows what we came here for. Launch control KLCM for those perfect, instantaneous, ego-boosting starts. Selectable power modes, full, mid, low. And let me tell you, even low is probably still faster than most bikes on the road. But here's the kicker, the detail that makes me love this bike. The exclusive Unleashed mode. This is the red button. This is where TC, wheelie control, and ABS are either completely deactivated or set to their absolute minimum, turning the Z-H2X into a raw, unfiltered, completely feral weapon. This is the mode for track day warriors and adrenaline junkies who truly, genuinely, want to prove they are faster than the computer. It's the ultimate expression of trust between rider and machine, and it's beautiful. The rider interacts with all of this genius through a sharp 6.5-inch TFT display with Bluetooth connectivity, so you can check your speed while simultaneously answering calls from your life insurance agent. A machine built with this level of exotic carbon fiber, forced induction, and cutting-edge tech is, predictably, not going to be available at your local dealership's bargain bin. The 2026 Kawasaki Z-H2X is expected to be a limited production run, a special edition for the fortunate few. The estimated international price is likely to sit between $24,999 and $26,999 United States dollars. That puts it right up against the European hyper-naked aristocracy, the Ducati Street Fighter V4 SP2, the KTM 1290 Super Duke RR, and the new BMW M1000R. But here's my critical viewpoint. The value proposition isn't the price, it's the engineering supremacy. No other naked bike on the planet offers the unique combination of a balanced supercharged engine and a full carbon fiber chassis, all while hitting that absurd 170-kilogram wet weight target. It's not just a fast bike, it's a technological manifesto. It's Kawasaki flexing their entire industrial might, from their aerospace division down, and daring anyone else to catch up. It is the ultimate expression of pure, unadulterated speed and power. The 2026 Kawasaki Z-H2X is so much more than a motorcycle. It's a two-wheeled, green and black, middle finger to convention. Kawasaki hasn't just built another hyper-naked. They have crafted the apex predator of the segment, a machine that absolutely redefines what is possible on two wheels without a fairing. Its blend of supercharged power, impossible lightness, and track-derived technology creates a riding experience that is both genuinely terrifying and utterly addictive. This bike says one thing: the future of extreme performance is naked, carbon-clad, and supercharged. This is the machine for the rider who doesn't just want to commute or cruise, they want to dominate, they want to defy expectations. They want to ride something that feels, in their soul, genuinely and wonderfully a little bit illegale. If the sheer, heart-stopping brilliance of the Z-H2X has left you completely breathless, you know the drill. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We are Chrono Wheels, and we're here to bring you the machines that tear up the rulebook and leave a trail of melted asphalt in their wake. What do you think of this carbon fiber monster? Is it pure genius, or is it pure, glorious madness? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Thanks for tuning in. Ride safe, stay rebellious, and we'll catch you in the next one.